The Potato Eaters by Vincent Van Gogh. Karen Wilkin says Van Gogh, having notoriously failed as an art dealer, a clergyman, a teacher, a bookseller, and a seminarian, decided to devote himself to making art. The Potato Eaters was completed in 1885 in Nuenen, Netherlands. It is currently in the Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam. Many consider this to be Van Gogh's first great work of art. Louis van Tilburg says The Potato Eaters is a deliberate attempt of a young, eager artist to prove himself to the world after 5 years of study. The subject matter is realistic and naturalistic as it depicts the ordinary life of 5 peasants. Van Gogh wanted to depict peasants as if they really were and intentionally chose unattractive models so they could have natural and unspoiled looks. The piece is laced in darkness. The only source of light seems to be coming from an oil lamp hanging from the ceiling. Each one of the peasants stands out and holds different emotions which seem to be revealed in mixed inner emotions. They have serious and solemn expressions that do not seem happy. The figures are so intense that there seems to be a vibrancy layered within the darkness, which is what draws one closer into the smaller details of the painting. These details include soft, gentle lines forming a window in the darkness, picture frame hung on a darkened wall, which seems to look like crucifixion, bony fingers stretched around a large plate of potatoes, and weathered edges of the table. These details seem to create the illusion that the building they're in is their actual residence. The entire painting is monochromatic. The colors are mainly dull colors like brown and black, giving off a depressing and melancholy feel to the painting. The earthy tones resemble the coarse faces of the peasants. Because of the amount of hard work they've done, the earthy colors are used to give a naturalistic feel to the painting. Silhouettes of the peasants are in dark colors, which set off against monochrome gloom of the background. The ceiling is low and close to the peasants. The room is also small and shabby, creating a sense of oppression. These factors all contribute to the hushed-in atmosphere in the painting, which is clumsiness to the bulky shapes of the figures. Chiaroscuro is also used, adding value and depth to the forms within the painting, allowing them to stand more independently from the background. These abilities to capture light and color as the eye sees it also contributed to the idea of naturalism. The use of somber tones definitely illustrated how poor life of a peasant could be. Also, the atmosphere of mood of poverty was well set by the colors used. In this way, it is believable to the viewers that the painting is currently trying to represent the real lives of the subject matter, the peasants.
Van Gogh was a troubled soul. He had schizophrenia as well as bipolar disorder. All of this led up to his sad suicide at the young age of 37 on July 29, 1890. This is all sort of seen in what is believed to be one of his last paintings, if not his very last, Wheatfield with Crows. As comparison to works earlier in his life, you can tell that straight from the get-go that this painting, Wheatfield with Crows, lacks a certain depth or detail per se, as could be evidence of his decline of quality of life. Wheatfield with Crows is on display at the Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam. It is made on a double square canvas. It also depicts a dramatic blue sky resting right over a soft and peaceful field of wheat. Van Gogh also adds a sense of isolation with the empty single-lane path leading to nowhere straight down the middle of the field of wheat. Something else that adds to this sense of isolation is the crows flying away out the top right corner. It's almost as if they're leaving the viewer just to contemplate the field of wheat and the empty path ahead. Going back to how this is one of Van Gogh's last works, it almost seems as if he's trying to symbolize the end of the day or nighttime as the end of life, as is so often done and symbolized in other artwork. You can see it almost looks as it's dusk or the sun is setting as the wheat gleams golden throughout the last bits of the sun's rays shining. And it seems as if Van Gogh is the viewer, is painting from a first person's perspective, looking over at the top of a hill on this lonely, isolated path leading to nowhere, as maybe this is how he thought his life was going at the time. Most all people will agree that this painting Wheat Field with Crows by Van Gogh is a representation of sadness and sorrow. However, this does follow in line of the life course of Vincent van Gogh, as well as it is his characteristics and it is his style of artwork in this painting, as you can obviously tell by the brushstrokes, by the lack of breathtaking detail per se. Near the end of his life, Van Gogh often painted with lackluster detail, with sort of outside the edges, if you would say. He didn't really follow the rules that he's followed throughout his entire illustrious career, and I think that's what makes Van Gogh one of the greatest painters of all time.